Welcome traders to the market update for the week, Friday, May 14th, 2021. Today we have a topic which may seem that it has a simple answer. The question we're going to cover today is, what establishes a trend? What establishes a trend? If you've been watching our videos, you know that we approach and break down the markets from first principles. And today we're going to cover a simple but powerful principle. And that, again, is going to be dictated by the question, what establishes a trend? The market, very simply, is either in an uptrend or a downtrend. An uptrend, the market is moving like this, and in the downtrend, the market is moving like this. I think everyone can see that it's clearly the case. But what establishes this uptrend and what establishes this downtrend? At Match the Markets, we have broken down the types, the variations that lead to different types of these trends being defined or established. A trend is either continuing in that same direction or it reverses. So there's two types of variations. There's either a trend defining breakout, it defines a new trend, or a trend establishing breakout. So today we're going to cover the simplest of those variations, which establishes a trend. So let's take a look at an uptrend first. Like I was saying, the market moves from tops to bottoms and bottoms to tops. So in an uptrend, what do we have here? We have a high, and then we have a low, and then we have this next top, which is a higher high, and then the next bottom does not take out this level and instead forms a higher low. So thus far, the market is in an uptrend. So what establishes this trend? Which way does the market need to go to continue to establish this trend? The market would then need to take out this higher high, and that would establish a top which is higher than the previous top, establishing this uptrend. Let's do the same for a downtrend. Very similar. Oops. So we have a downtrending market. So what does that mean? We have a bottom and a top. We have a high and a low. And then this low gets taken out, forming a bottom, which is a lower low. This high then does not get taken out, forming a lower high. And what establishes this downtrend now? Which direction does the price action need to move to establish this downtrend? It would need to take out this lower low to form a bottom that is below that level, and this downtrend has now been established. It seems very simple, but if you can see this happening in real time in the markets, it may help to clarify and help you visualize the market more clearly. So let's take a look at an example here. See what I mean. So let's take a look at this uptrend from this confirmed bottom to this confirmed top. So we have a low here, a top here, a bottom here. So what do we have? We have a higher low, and we have a higher high. Market goes up again. It takes out that previous higher high, forms a new top. And this low, this bottom, does not take out this higher low. And then it continues higher up. New top, new bottom, new top, new bottom. None of them taking out the previous low, and all of them taking out the previous high, until we get to the top, where there was a top that was confirmed here, which then takes out the previous higher low, and that's when the top is confirmed. And that would be another variation. In this case, this would be a trend defining variation, which we will not cover in this topic. We will leave that for other videos. So in this very simple case, we have highs and lows that are confirmed along this path, which establish the uptrend. Take a look in the markets when you're looking at the charts and see if you can see this happening in real time. Now, let's move on to the market update for this. Okay, so here we are, starting with the euro dollar. We are still in a bottom to top move. No top has been confirmed here. And so we are still waiting for additional information before we decide to go long or short on the euro dollar. Moving on to the dollar franc. Market only recently confirmed a bottom for which we went long. And as you can see, there is a lot of open equity here on the upside. So potentially a good trade for us to be long in. Next, we move on to the pound dollar. Here we are short. We had a confirmed top this week, and we're going to have a stop loss right above the previous day, and going to continue this move down potentially with a lot of open equity to the downside. Moving on to the dollar yen. We are in a confirmed uptrend and potentially some good open equity still left here from the all-time highs from late March. So maybe trail tightly to ensure that we do not see any reversal at this time. Moving on now to the Aussie dollar. We are at a confirmed downtrend. So still some open equity left to the downside. So again, this seems like a good support level, so we might want to trail pretty tightly here on this downtrend. Next, the Euro Yen. We are at all-time highs. So, and it's a confirmed uptrend, excuse me. So, unsure of the open equity here. So, we'd be very cautious about entering long here or trying to call the top or going against the trend. So, be cautious here with the Euro Yen. Let's move on to coffee. Coffee only recently this week backed off the all-time highs, and the high was confirmed, the top was confirmed here. So potential for a trend down with lots of open equity, but the higher time frame trend has been looking up, has been trending up. So we'd be cautious to go either way at this time with coffee until we wait for additional information. Moving on to Brent oil. Here we are in a confirmed downtrend with potential open equity to the downside. But we would look at looking to trail this pretty tightly in case the higher time frame uptrend continues in that direction. Next, gold. We are in a higher time frame uptrend here, but on the daily chart, we have a recent confirmed top. So we're going to wait for a bottom to be confirmed if we would like to continue to go long on gold. But potentially there is open equity to the downside if you would like to go short on gold. For silver, similar to gold, higher time frame has been in an uptrend, but we are near the all-time highs for silver. So there may not be as much open equity left for the upside. So still a precarious situation. So one to watch closely, both gold and silver over the coming few days and weeks. Now we move on to the indices. We're going to look at the Ftse first. Definite uptrend for the last month and a half or so, almost 2 months. But no top has been confirmed. So this is going to be one where it's going to be very interesting what happens over the next few days. Whether it continues to reach the pre-pandemic highs where it is now testing, where it just tested this past week. So there is potentially a lot of open equity to that if it breaks that resistance level. I think I said support and that resistance level at the pre-pandemic levels. So very interesting situation with the Ftse season, and actually very similar to the Dow as well. This past week, there were a lot of fears of inflation, which tempered the all-time highs, also the psychological level of 35,000. So going to be interesting to see if the market continues to test that and maybe set new all-time highs, or may try to find more support before it continues in the general uptrend that it has been for the last year or so since the pandemic. So overall, markets are in flux at the moment, but many opportunities to be taken if we know what to look for. Let's take a look at now the performance for this past week. For the live trading room, it was a very good week indeed. Primary runners, no trades taken for that strategy. Liftoff 3.0 with 20% open equity, we had a 1.81% net gain on the trades taken. Liftoff 3.0, 3.2 with 70% open equity, 1.45%. So both the liftoff strategies performed very well this week, over 3%. Cash in 4.0 TSL primary had a slight loss, negative 0.09%. And the cash in 4.0 one-day exit had a slightly larger loss, negative 1.58%. So overall, we're looking at a total profit of 1.59% for the live trading room. Now for the MTM Elite room, primary runners, 20% open equity. Also, no trades taken this week. No trades closed this week, excuse me. Cash in 4.0, 20%, had a small gain of 0.5%. Cash in 4.0, 70% open equity, had a negative 1% drawdown. Cash in 4.0 with 100 pips, small gain as well there with 0.29%. And the two continuation patterns, quick exits and the slow exits, no trades closed this week. So the MTM Elite Room total percentage this week was a negative 0.21%. So overall, this week, both trading rooms performed for a slight gain, 1.38%. So very good this week. We hope to continue that moving forward, given the opportunities in the market. Thank you all for tuning in to the market update again for the week ending May 14th, 2021. We will see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in.